Not that much is new for the Apple Watch Series 8, and that's okay. I mean, it might seem less exciting compared to the Apple Watch Ultra, but don't get me wrong, after using it for several months, I've found that useful upgrades to health tracking, safety, and connectivity make the best smartwatch even better. The biggest Apple Watch Series 8 upgrades compared to the Apple Watch Series 7 are all on the inside. The watch has the long-rumored skin temperature sensor and long-awaited low-power mode, which can extend the latest Apple Watch's battery life to 36 hours. The Apple Watch 8 also has a new crash detection feature, leveraging improved motion sensors for instant help when you might need it most, maintaining the $399 starting price while offering an affordable alternative in the Apple Watch C rounds out Apple's smartwatch lineup quite nicely, too. But is the latest flagship Apple Watch right for you? Let's go over what you need to know in this Apple Watch Series 8 review. The Apple Watch Series 8 is available as of September 16, 2022 with a starting price of $399 for the 41mm GPS-only model. The price is $499 for the GPS plus cellular version. The 45mm size, meanwhile, will start at $429 and go up to $529 for cellular support. There are two additional Apple Watch models to choose from this year, the $799 Apple Watch Ultra and $249 Apple Watch C. You might recall the original Apple Watch C started at $279, so that model received a $30 discount, a move that makes sense with the Apple Watch Series 3 being discontinued. Finally, it's almost impossible to tell the Apple Watch 8 versus Apple Watch 7 apart, with the new smartwatch sporting the curvier chassis and thinner display bezels that debuted last year. This screen, which is 20% larger than the Apple Watch Series 6's, is optimized for features like always-on display, the new WatchOS 9 faces, and a QWERTY keyboard for sending messages. Yes, these are things I've had for a year with the Apple Watch Series 7, but I'll assume people upgrading from older Apple Watch devices will see the redesign as a major improvement. If you're thinking about moving on from an Apple Watch Series 5 or Apple Watch Series 4, prepare for more usable screen space. On the side of the Apple Watch Series 8, you'll find the familiar digital crown and side button, which are used in hand with the touchscreen to navigate the device. While it would be neat if it got an action button on the side like the Apple Watch Ultra, the Apple Watch Series 8's design is still plenty intuitive. The Apple Watch Series 8 colors include midnight, silver, starlight, and product red. Blue and green watches are no longer available, though I don't feel one way or the other about their departure. Besides, customization comes by finding the best Apple Watch bands for your style. Let's take a closer look at the skin temperature sensor Apple introduces in this update. The skin temperature sensor informs two areas of Apple's health suite: sleep tracking and cycle tracking. For sleep, deviations in baseline overnight temperature might help you keep tabs on what external factors impact your regular rest. Think traveling or partying late. If I were trying to conceive, using my wrist temperature and other period tracking information, the Apple Watch Series 8 is able to predict my ovulation windows. Changes to wrist temperature have been proven accurate indicators of probable ovulation. Alternatively, if you have some kind of condition that impacts your cycle, overnight wrist temperature data might provide a sense of validation. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS, so maintaining a normal ovulation cycle is something that requires certain lifestyle habits on my part. If my wrist temperature data is off in a given month, it could mean I need to take better care of symptom management. Important to note, this feature requires at least a month to calibrate, so I'll need to check back with more details on my experience. As for privacy, all cycle tracking data is secured with end-to-end encryption, and data can be deleted at any time. You also have control over who you share your health data with. For example, you might want to share your cycle information with a doctor assisting you with fertility. Down the line, Apple could use skin temperature more like the Fitbit Sense 2, using it as one of the metrics to understand stress. Others have speculated it could be used for fever detection, too. We'll just have to wait and see. Crash detection isn't a new Apple Watch Series 8 feature I hope anyone ever has to test, but regrettably car accidents happen. Apple Watch has had fall detection and emergency sauce features for some time, but crash detection is a new kind of safety tool made possible by upgraded motion sensors in Series 8. The Apple Watch Series 8 features two new motion sensors inside, plus an improved gyroscope and accelerometer. These together can sample motion 4x faster than before, so the watch will be able to detect a crash precisely as it happens. And, in the unfortunate case of a crash, the Apple Watch will automatically call emergency services and notify your emergency contacts. Though it's a somber thought, quicker help could be a matter of life or death. I'll also note crash detection as one of the ways the Apple Watch 8 versus Apple Watch C compare, demonstrating that it's possible to promote safety without paying more. I just wish this was also the case for an Apple Watch Ultra feature, but more on that in a minute. The Apple Watch Series 8 has a long-time wishlist feature of mine, low power mode. Yes, earlier Apple Watch devices have power reserve, letting you see the time when the watch is practically dead. But borrowing a handy setting from the iPhone, the Apple Watch's new low power mode will disable certain power draining features while leaving the device still mostly usable. It's easy to toggle on Apple Watch low power mode from the control center and be prompted on which features become compromised. You'll temporarily lose always-on display, continuous health sensor readings, and cellular connectivity. Depending on the situation, you can assign low power mode to turn off automatically after 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. With normal use, the Apple Watch Series 8 battery life is rated for 18 hours. With low power mode, the watch can last up to 36 hours. I'm in the habit of charging my Apple Watch every morning, but I found using low power mode for even just a few hours during the day extended my unit well past 24 hours. Charging looks the same, with a fast charger juicing the Series 8 up from 0-100% in about an hour and 8 minutes of charging before bed, offering 8 hours of sleep tracking. I'd like to note the Apple Watch magnetic charger can now also be used to charge the new AirPods Pro 2, offering some cable consolidation for users who have both products. All the WatchOS 9 supported devices get low power mode, so if you haven't tried it yet on your current timepiece, see our guide on how to update your Apple Watch. But even if they're not exclusive, there are several WatchOS 9 features that stood out while using the Apple Watch Series 8. The Apple Watch's fitness tracking interface received a major overhaul in WatchOS 9. You can now create custom workouts, switch automatically between multi-sport events, and monitor your heart rate zones throughout a workout. I'm personally a fan of heart rate-based training to promote effective recovery, so I like seeing my zones for cardio and HIIT workouts. Everything felt as responsive and as accurate as any of the best fitness trackers. I also love the new interface that shows you your Apple Watch rings within the workout app. Before, I would regularly leave the workout app to go check my progress. Of course, when I work out with Apple Fitness Plus, I can also see my rings on my iPhone or iPad screen during each class. The $9.99 divided by month exercise platform recently made it possible to work out without an Apple Watch, but having one definitely makes for the optimized experience. Another WatchOS 9 feature I use daily is the new Medications app. Once I set up my medications in the Health app on my iPhone, my Apple Watch Series 8 started alerting me the same time each day to log my intake. It even adapted when I changed time zones and alerted me to possible interactions I should know about. I'm always searching for the best Apple Watch apps, but there are a few I've been loving recently that I thought you might want to try when you get a new Apple Watch. Swing Vision is a great program for upping my tennis game, while Headspace has helped me meditate in small doses each day. Waterminder is my favorite app for staying hydrated, too. While the Apple Watch Series 8 has shaped up to be an iterative update, the $799 Apple Watch Ultra is unlike any smartwatch we've seen from Apple before. It figures to be the largest and longest-lasting Apple Watch ever, and also the most rugged. There are several differences between the Apple Watch Series 8 versus Apple Watch Ultra, including size, design, and features. And mostly, it makes sense why the Apple Watch Ultra has certain features that the Apple Watch Series 8 does not. I'm not planning to go deep-sea diving with the Apple Watch Series 8 anytime soon. But the one Apple Watch Ultra feature I think Apple should have tried to add to the Series 8 is the siren. The siren on the Apple Watch Ultra is 86 decibels loud, as made possible by a new speaker system in the larger watch. Even if it's not quite as loud, I wish the standard Apple Watch had a siren app that could be triggered in case of emergency. Personal safety is a major concern in the city in which I live, not just in the great outdoors. Fortunately, the Apple Watch Series 8 does get the redesigned compass app found on the Apple Watch Ultra. I used the new Waypoints tool to save points of interest on a recent hike, while the new trackback feature succeeded in taking me back to my car. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro and many of the best Garmin watches have these kinds of GPS features, but it's now easier to call the Apple Watch Series 8 one of the best sports watches for basic outdoor activities. That said, if you're truly adventure-driven, you might find the Apple Watch Ultra has more to offer. We'll have a full Apple Watch Ultra review soon and we'll give you our verdict on it then. The skin temperature sensor, crash detection feature, and low power mode make the Apple Watch Series 8 better enough than the Series 7. However, I will say the design and WatchOS 9, neither exclusive assets, are what make the experience as great great as it is. I think the Series 8 is the sweet spot for upgrades for owners of the Apple Watch Series 4 or Series 5, or just anyone who wants a full-featured watch experience. It will also be a great choice for those who have health conditions the Apple Watch Series 8 can help monitor, like a fib.